Most of us like to drink. Often people philosophize about wine, beer, gin, or other high-proof alcohol, and everyone seems to know roughly how to handle it. So do I. However, when I try to radically restrict my consumption for several months, I fail miserably. Why? Why is it so hard not to drink? What do we even know about alcohol? For 3 decades, we have been drinking a little less in Europe. But worldwide, people are starting to drink more and more alcohol. The number of people addicted to alcohol is increasing. There are 140 million worldwide, with around 3 million deaths every year. Why is alcohol still so successful? How is it possible that we hide the dangers of alcohol so well while we are drinking? I love the centuries-old wine culture which I grew up with. There was always a bottle of red wine on the table in the evening at our house, and I liked my daily glasses of wine, which helped me to relax. Many of my friends produce their own wine, just as the farmers here in Sicily.
Ma io normalmente al pranzo un bicchiere, alla sera, alla cena. Poi in compagnia posso eccedere anche 2, però siamo nei limiti. Deve essere inteso come un elixir di vita. Ha un buon profumo, ottimo.
I'm going to embark on a journey to find out why we drink, what alcohol does to us, and why we are exceedingly successful in blocking its dangers. Therefore, I'm going to talk to drinkers, alcohol producers, psychologists, and doctors around the globe.
Alcohol is a wonderfully clever drug. It's quite promiscuous. It's a small molecule, gets in the brain very fast, and it turns on or turns off a whole range of different brain areas. It turns off the areas which give us responsibility, make us worry, make us anxious. So we relax, we feel cheerful. But we also do crazy things, and sometimes we like that. So it has a very broad action in the brain. It improves mood, reduces stress, reduces anxiety in small amounts. But of course, the more you take, you get into problems of intoxication and unsteadiness. It's probably fair to say that every single neuron in the brain, those 200 billion neurons in the brain, they're all affected by alcohol at some point.
David Nutt talks naturally about alcohol being a drug. Do wine growers in this region live in a huge drug cultivation area? Is that possible?
There are people who say you should never take any drug, but usually those people are taking drugs. They're usually drinking or taking coffee or tea. In fact, there's almost no one in the world that doesn't take a drug. Taking drugs is a very human thing. I think it's, alongside art and music, it's kind of one of the defining features of humanity. The human brain likes to seek out ways of improving itself, and drugs do that.
Then cold beer and good wine are also drugs. But why are they almost never named as such?
Droge wird benutzt, der Begriff, angewandt ausschließlich auf illegale Rauschmittel, wird benutzt auch, um der Alkoholgesellschaft zu versichern, und das tut sie selber, um zu versichern, wir haben kein Drogenproblem, wir trinken nur Alkohol. Das ist doch nur ein kulturell eingeführtes Konsummittel, ein Genussmittel, ein Lebensmittel, ein was auch immer. Aber egal, ob Sie sagen psychoaktive Substanz oder ob Sie sagen Rauschmittel oder ob Sie sagen Droge, das stimmt alles. Objektiv trifft das auf Alkohol wie auf illegale Substanzen zu. Egal, was Sie davon zu Alkohol sagen, Sie erleben sofort einen Sturm der Entrüstung und Ablehnung. weil damit, dass ich andere Substanzen als Drogen negativ stigmatisiere, entlaste ich mich von der möglichen Problematik des Alkoholkonsums.
That means with every sip of beer or wine, we take drugs. But we do not openly admit that. So why do we do that?
Wherever you go, every culture on earth seems to have a way of altering their consciousness. And if they don't do it with drugs, they do it with breathing or exercise. It may have to do with the realization that we're only here for a finite amount of time and what could happen after we die, and wanting to have some access to another dimension of experience.
Du schenkst uns den Wein, die Frucht des Weinstocks und der menschlichen Arbeit. Wir bringen diesen Kelch vor dein Angesicht, damit er uns zum Kelch des Heils werde.
Also Alkohol ist eine Substanz, die in einer Hochleistungsgesellschaft, und in der befinden wir uns ja zum Beispiel dafür sorgt, dass wir nach einem sehr anstrengenden, sehr nervenaufreibenden Arbeitsalltag, dass wir relativ schnell gedämpft werden in einem psychologischen Sinn, also herunterkommen, salopp gesagt. Alkohol hat ja die Eigenschaft, Sie können den Rausch Schicht für Schicht aufziehen. Das heißt, Sie können sich leicht anrauschen. Nur so mit einem Gläschen können Sie sich leicht anrauschen, wenn Sie Alkohol gewöhnt sind. Und Sie können dann aber auch mehr trinken und dann können Sie langsam immer enthemmter werden. Sie können das treiben, bis Sie bewusstlos sind. Schicht für Schicht können Sie so einen Alkoholrausch aufbauen. Und diese kulturelle Fähigkeit wird in Deutschland frühzeitig erlernt und beigebracht, selbstverständlich.
Man geht irgendwo anders in die Kneipe, aber da ist einfach die Hemmung, glaube ich, noch viel größer, sich so aufzuführen, sage ich jetzt mal, oder so aus sich rauszugehen, wo man auch so ein bisschen einen Exzess feiern kann irgendwie.
Und wirklich mal bedeppt zu sein, ein bisschen, und Spaß zu haben, das
und auch in
zählt
dieser
wirklich sehr.
Großen Gruppe einfach besoffen zu sein und Spaß zu haben, und das ist einfach okay.
The social setting is even more important in many ways than the drug itself. So if you're drinking alcohol in a romantic, spot where you're having quiet sort of, music, and you're with somebody that you care about, alcohol can serve a purpose of relaxing and sedating. But if you're in a war zone, or you're in like an environment that promotes gangs and violence, alcohol can stimulate the brain to be disinhibited, and people can do very dangerous things. So, alcohol has a very wide range of activity in the brain.
I wouldn't want alcohol to not be a part of football because it brings people together, that social side of things, and everybody goes to the pub, they see their friends, it's like you see your tribe of people and you're talking and you're building up this atmosphere and this hype and this feeling before the game, and I think that the two just kind of go well together. It can be used to really emphasise certain experiences and that sort of camaraderie with this perfect marriage of, yeah, it is a ritual. It's people going, you start at a certain time, first pint of the day on a match day. I remember being 14 at my friend, she had a house party and there was, quite a few of us there, all having the odd little drink, alcopop or, lightweight stuff really. But I remember taking my first sip and that feeling, the feeling of the warmth and going through my body and feeling a sort of confidence that I hadn't really felt before as well, and an energy, and I thought, this is me, I like this. And even on that first time I drank way more than everybody else and kind of got myself into a little bit of a, I was drunk, and that kind of stayed, as we grew older, me and my friends, 15, 16, 17, you go to these parties. I noticed that I was the one that was really in a mess and, in blackout mode. So I would do all these things and say all these things and I wouldn't know, I would have no recollection.
Go on. Go on, that. Because I'm going to fall there as well.
Humans have been drinking alcohol for a long period of time, demonstrably for 10,000 years. Only since the industrialization of its production has consumption increased dramatically. Suddenly, alcohol was permanently and constantly available. Today, annual sales of the global alcohol market are $1,300 billion and rising. What influence does this industry have on our consumption? Under the requested global operating corporations, only Carlsberg is willing to talk to us.
This is the best time ever to be in the beer industry, and I don't say that glibly or as a corporate man. I mean that. I'm not a brewer, I'm a drinker. I enjoy beer, and there's more beer available than ever before to consumers, more choices, and I think that choice will continue. You will see people taking their repertoires, expanding. The numbers of different beers that they try will expand in different occasions, and you will see that revolution sweeping across the world.